Welcome to the Comedy Stylings of Michelle. It's good to see you. Today, we are going to talk about another funeral. I know. You're probably thinking, how can a funeral be anything but sad? Well, if you saw my previous video, you will know that crazy seems to follow me. It is the imaginary friend that never leaves my side and keeps me grounded. Sometimes it's the crazy things that I do. Usually it's me reacting to life's crazy. So let's get started. I've been surrounded my entire life by strong-willed, independent Christian women. My grandmother on my mama's side being one of them. Gram was gifted. She could build a garage, cook dinner, then slip into the dining room and whip up a new skirt. Her hands were slightly rough, but somehow she managed to create the most beautiful silk blouses for my mom's work wardrobe. She did not believe in clutter. Her house was organized. She kept her shoes in the shoe boxes they came in. So when it came to her funeral, one would think that it would fall into place just as neatly. Papa had died in 1967, so all the arrangements had been made decades ago. We just needed to have a service to make it official. Grandmother Cobb's funeral was on a fairly sunny day in June. The eulogy was beautiful, and Gina and her husband had sang "I've Just Seen Jesus." Gina hit every high note. Oh, perfect. There wasn't a dry eye in the house, y'all. It was amazing. And to tell you the truth, you know how sometimes the preachers go overboard in their praise of somebody? He didn't even do that. He told it like it was, but he didn't embellish. So you knew you were getting the real grandmother. You knew that he really knew her, and this was great. This was wonderful. It was a beautiful ceremony in an amazing church. And then it ended. Mom's standing on the steps of the church. We're getting ready to head out for the procession, and my cousin Lynn Jr. steps up and says, "Wanda, the hearse has a flat." My mama, who has barely kept it together the last few days, just smiles and says, "Lynn, you know I love your humor, but now is not the time for levity. Wanda, the hearse has a flat." No! Okay, she keeps it together. Pretty proud, sort of. So I hear my mother on the day of her mother's funeral shout across the church parking lot at my husband, "Dwayne, get the air pump. This stupid hearse has a flat." Okay, I laugh out loud because, you can't make this stuff up. I'm like, dude, just no. And of course, the hearse doesn't have a spare tire. I don't know where they'd keep it. You would think they'd keep it underneath like pickup trucks or something like that, but I guess they don't. I don't know. So, while I'm trying to contain my laughter and rein it in, they have run into another sensitive area. Is it tacky to fix a flat tire with your loved one still in the back? Does an extra, 130 pounds of grandmother affect the air pressure that dramatically? So the funeral director cannot make up his mind. My mama is working on her last nerve and eventually grits out, "Take my mother out of the hearse now." You put your grandmother in, you take your grandmother out, you put your grandmother in, and you... Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, so So I slowly make my way to my very tense mother, attempting to emulate my sister at this time because she is the good daughter. And yeah, I'm not going to tick off Mama on this day of all days. Not happening. So I'm holding it together. And I hand it to her. There it is, the air pump of awesomeness. So she turns, hands it to the funeral director, who looks like he's just seen Jesus. Acts like he's never seen an air pump in his life. I mean, honest God, how hard is this concept? Then it happens. An audible snap of my mama's last nerve, and she grits out, plug one end into the cigarette lighter, the other into the tire. It ain't Easter. It's not gonna resurrect itself. Okay. All right. So it gets done. But I'm keeping the air pump because Mama does not trust those people. They're going to steal that air pump. She just knows they will. So I've got the air pump. I've got it with me in our car. We're just praying that the hearse makes it to the graveside ceremony because we don't care what they do after they drop grandmother off. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. So the funeral procession finally gets underway. And we make it to the graveside where, once again, a beautiful ceremony was performed. It was very sweet. It was very short, to the point. I mean, come on, we're over it now. You're just like, okay, I'm done crying. Let's just get on. So, and honestly, other than at the beginning where Gina was singing, I really, after that, the tears just dried right up because, I mean, that whole flat tire thing, that was golden right there. They haven't even tried that in a sitcom yet, y'all. That's comedy gold. But, yeah. So, graveside ceremony is complete. Everything is good. It's time to go home. Oh, okay. And I see Albert and Myrtle. You can't make this stuff up, people. That's their names. Albert and Myrtle were 80 if they were a day. And, well, they drove an old pickup with one of those nasty camper shells on it. It'd seen better days, okay? So visibility is like nothing. Anyway, he backs up over the green and then drives away beautifully, not noticing the sprinkler head that he had just broken or the 30-foot geyser he just released. I mean, oh my God. So shower in all our cars and us. Groundskeepers come out of nowhere like ninjas attempting to wrestle it, and I'm thinking, you can't wrestle water, boys. But meanwhile, my car is just full on flooding, and I'm singing in the rain, because what you gonna do? I'm just like, okay, you just kind of gotta enjoy it. Yeah. And it was at that point that Mama laughed. She said it was no doubt Graham looking down on us and getting a kick out of it, and so rather than be sad, she wanted us to be happy. So there you have it. Grandmother's funeral. Yeah, gotta chalk that up to another one I laughed at. This is, it's not going well for me. I'm just waiting to see what kind of crazy things happen at the next one I have to attend. So stay tuned. I'll be right with you. But that's my time and that's my life. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you another again.